New surprise recruitment on the horizon? Is he looking forward to his visit to Alabama? Let's get into the Alabama news today. Four-star prospect Andrew Olesh is eagerly awaiting his official visit to the University of Alabama's football program next weekend, eager to dive deeper into the Crimson Tide atmosphere. "I'm looking forward to connecting with the players and coaching staff at Alabama," Olesh shared in an exclusive interview with Touchdown Alabama. And if you want to keep receiving Alabama news, subscribe to this channel. Currently attending Southern Lehigh High School, located in Central Valley, Pennsylvania, Olesh is widely recognized as a four-star talent by various recruiting sites. Among the top universities that have shown interest in Olesh are Alabama, Florida, Florida State, Michigan, Missouri, Ole Miss, Penn State, and Pitt. The scholarship offer from Alabama was extended to Olesh in February, culminating in a campus visit during the spring, an experience he described as amazing. "Receiving an offer from Alabama is an incredible feeling," expressed Olesh. "Knowing that one of the top programs in the country recognizes my abilities and sees my potential is both validating and motivating." Standing at 1.80 meters tall, Olesh stands out as one of the top tight ends in the country, especially for his ability to run routes with deception and create separation throughout the progression of plays. He attributes his current strengths to his route running and catching ability. Quarterback Jalen Milroe, representing Alabama, is scheduled to play a prominent role as a counselor at the prestigious 28th Annual Manning Passing Academy, set to take place from June 27th to 30th. This remarkable opportunity was revealed by Garland Gillen of Fox 8. Alongside 9 other quarterbacks from the Southeastern Conference, SEC, Milroe will be sharing his experience and knowledge on the field. The other SEC quarterbacks include talents such as Carson Beck, Georgia, Brady Cook, Missouri, Jackson Dart, Ole Miss, Grant Nussmeier, LSU, Quinn Ewers and Arch Manning, Texas, Graham Mertz, Florida, Jackson Arnold, Oklahoma, and Blake Chopin, Mississippi State. Organized by the Manning family, Archie, Cooper, Peyton, and Eli, the Manning Passing Academy has a distinguished history. The camp was conceived out of concern that many young athletes were lacking fundamental passing and receiving skills during their development in high school, 8th to 12th grades. According to the camp's official website, this year's event, hosted at Nicholls State in Thibodaux, Louisiana, is set to be the largest ever, with an estimated 1,500 campers from 8th to 12th grade. The Manning Passing Academy has been a catalyzing force for 27 years, empowering players to reach their full potential both on and off the field, states the official website. Whether you're a quarterback, running back, wide receiver, or tight end, the Manning Passing Academy provides an understanding of the fundamentals of your position and basic offensive and defensive strategies. We bring together some of the best coaches and players from professional, collegiate, and high school levels to share their knowledge with all participants. Given his remarkable trajectory at Crimson Tide, Milroe is a natural choice for the counselor role. Last season, in his first year as Alabama's starter, he showcased impressive skills, completing nearly 66% of his passes for 2,834 yards, 23 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. Additionally, as a dual threat, he also amassed 531 rushing yards and 12 touchdowns, leading the Crimson Tide to a college football playoff appearance. Milroe is determined to contribute to Alabama's pursuit of a 19th national title, marking the beginning of a new era under the guidance of new head coach Kalen DeBoer. "This guy has a bright future." Nick Saban is receiving well-deserved praise from his new colleague, Kirk Herbstreit, following their notable collaboration on The Pat McAfee Show during the 2023 season. In a surprising twist, Saban, known for his serious and reserved demeanor, was seen smiling and enjoying himself alongside the charismatic McAfee, a rare sight for many fans. Fan excitement only grew when it was announced that Saban and McAfee would play central roles on ESPN's College Game Day this fall. Joining the regular cast comprised of Rece Davis, Desmond Howard, and Herbstreit himself. Herbstreit shared his impressions of covering the NFL draft with Saban and his perspective on working alongside the legendary coach. "I'm just sitting there for a draft, because I love to listen when someone's talking," Herbstreit shared during the Mental Game podcast. "I'm not thinking about my next comment. I'm like, I want to hear what you're saying. So he says something, and I'm always thinking about the audience." He continued, highlighting the unique experience of working with someone of Saban's caliber. "There were 2 or 3 times where he said a few things, because he doesn't have a lot of TV experience, and I'm like, what do you mean by that? Everyone understands some things because he's at a much different level. If he can basically teach us every week, and I don't know if we're going to create a cool X's and O's segment with him or what we can do each week. But, man, we're just scratching the surface of where this thing can go with him on board." While Davis, Howard, and Herbstreit have been iconic figures on the show for years, McAfee's recent integration was notably seamless, without any hesitation. Now, with the addition of Saban, one of the greatest strategists of the game, it will be fascinating to observe how each member of the program responds to the contributions of one of football's brightest minds. "Nick Saban has an incredible personality," praised Herbstreit. "He's very serious and focused on strategy, but I believe people are going to see him smiling. I think they're going to see him having fun. With him and Pat together this year, I mean, that's going to be every week. What are they going to do?" With yesterday's unanimous adoption of the Chamber Agreement, a significant shift in the landscape of college football has materialized, essentially signaling the transition to a semi-professional model. The measure implies that schools from power conferences are now obligated to share approximately 20% of their broadcasting rights revenues with athletes, with estimates pointing to a total that could exceed $20 million annually per school. This further solidifies renowned institutions as the primary destinations for the country's most promising talents. While Group of 5 or FCS teams also set aside a similar share of their broadcasting rights agreements to compensate players, this amount proves insignificant in comparison, further accentuating the disparity between the big and small entities. Historically, prestigious schools have always been the preferred choice for most high-level players, but the compensation model prior to NIL, name, image, and likeness, was unequivocal. Players received no compensation. With the introduction of NIL and the lifting of transfer restrictions, it has become even more challenging for financially limited programs to attract and retain talent. The recent agreement represents another setback for the competitive aspirations of institutions outside the power conference structure. Currently, the SEC and the Big Ten remain as the only 2 remaining power conferences in the college football landscape. This agreement only serves to widen the gap between these 2 leagues and all others. It is possible to anticipate that the next natural step will be the implementation of a salary cap, a measure that will certainly be subject to litigation, aiming to create greater parity among conferences. We may well see a national champion with multiple losses at some point in the future, reflecting the significant ongoing changes in this beloved sport. And will this be good for the athletes? I want to hear your thoughts.